Hi and welcome to Hyman's Family Favorites. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make cannoli as part of our Italian series. So to the bowl of a stand mixer, we are going to add 3.5 to 4 cups of flour. I measure mine out at 450 grams. We may need a little bit of extra, so I keep some to the side. To this we're going to add all of our dry ingredients. We have a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of cinnamon, and 2 tablespoons of sugar. Now we're just going to combine that together in our bowl. And to this we are going to add 1/4 cup of white vinegar. And we'll set this on our stand mixer with a paddle attachment. And combine that. As that gets combined, we're also going to add 1/4 cup of shortening. I don't put shortening in a lot of my dishes, but I really feel like cannoli is one of those that really needs it. While that's combining, to our cup of water, we're going to add 1 egg. And mix that till it's combined. And we'll go ahead now and add that to our base. Just let this mix for about 1 minute and we'll see where we are at. Okay, I'm going to take this off so you can see it. Alright, see this dough is still a little bit sticky to the touch. I'm going to add just a little bit more flour to this. And we'll finish mixing it in. That's looking good. So we're going to go ahead and remove this. And we'll get this dough off of our paddle. Yeah, that's great consistency. You don't want it to be super sticky, but you still want it to be really a soft dough. Hopefully you can see that. Now I'm just going to get some cling wrap. We're gonna form that into a disc. Then we're going to wrap this and put it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes to just chill and kind of set up for a minute. And we'll be back after that. Our dough has been chilling in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes, and I'm ready to go ahead and make the shells. Okay, so we're going to take a fairly good sized piece of dough. We want to be able to get more than 1 cannoli shell out of our dough. I'll take it a little bit more than that. And we're going to try to square it up a little bit. They'll roll out a little better that way. Now using my rolling pin, looks like we've got a little bit of stick. just going to add a tiny bit of flour to that. We're just going to roll that out then. Next, we're going to run this through our pasta machine. We're going to step it from 1 down to a 3. It's about 1/16 of an inch thickness. Our dough is rolled out. We're going to go ahead and cut it with our 4-inch round cutter. And I do like to try to get a longer strip. Seems to be a more efficient use of the cutting. We're going to pull off all of this extra scraps. All of these extra scraps of dough. We'll set those aside to recycle. And now we're just gonna roll these onto our cannoli forms. I'm gonna wet one edge with a damp finger that I just dipped into water. Let's see, we didn't get that one quite tight enough. And we'll just redo that one. Okay. So using my cannoli form, I'm going to dampen one edge with my fingertip, moistened in water. And then we're just going to tightly roll that around our cannoli form. The dough's a little bit thinner there, so I'm just going to try to compensate for that a little. You want to get a good seal on these, otherwise they will open back up. Do the next one. Again, dampen the edge and roll these onto our form. Now you don't want to roll them so tight that makes it difficult to get off. They are piping hot, screaming hot when they come out of the oil. And you want to be able to still slide them off. This is our deep fryer. I'm going to put these in the seam side down into this basket. And this particular deep fryer that I have is a T-Fall Ultimate Easy Clean. I've had it for a few years and I'm sure there's a newer model, but I really love it because it really is the easy cleanup for a deep fryer. So those are all face down. We're going to drop this into our oil. This oil has been heated to 375 degrees. And these are going to cook for 2 to 4 minutes. I'm going to grab a set of tongs. One thing I've noticed is I do want to stir these a little bit, rotate them a little bit so that they don't get any burn marks on them. Our first batch is done. And I'm going to put these just onto a paper towel. And again, these forms are really warm when they come off, or hot. So to get them off, I just use a towel, a flour sack towel. You're gonna grab one end, and then you're just gonna carefully slide those off. And there you have a beautiful cannoli shell. I'm gonna set it in this container that I have lined with paper towels. And I can use that for long-term storage for these. Oh, this one's a little bit stuck. Gets tricky to slide those off without breaking them. And then we will set that aside and do our next batch. We'll get these last few shells off of their forms. We get those on there right and time everything right. They do slide right off, but sometimes they get a little bit stuck. Those are still hot. You do get about 30 shells per batch, as you can see. We've got a beautiful case of them. You're going to want to take these and keep them in an airtight container in the refrigerator, and they will last actually 1 to 2 months in the refrigerator with no problems. You just want to avoid the oil from going rancid in the refrigerator. Really helps to keep that from happening. Have fun. I hope you enjoy. For more delicious recipes, check out our website at Jaime'sFamilyFavorites.com or subscribe to our YouTube channel and never miss another recipe.